Hello, everybody. Welcome to WeWednesday by As You Are. And today we'll be talking to Siaan. They're an actor, drag artist, and they make amazing queer content online. Do check out their page. Let me just see if they're available. Let me invite them. Thank you, everybody who's joining in. We'll be talking to Siaan today, basically around their journey as they discovered their identity as non-binary, and a lot about their drag persona as well. Hope you all had a good week so far. Halfway mark of the week, 2 more days and weekend. And hope you've got to attend a lot of queer events, both online and offline. Like Delhi and Bombay had some amazing events, and hope you all have attended some Pride event this Pride season. Hi, Red Spiritual. Hello, everybody joining in. I'm good, Red Spiritual. How are you? Hello. I see again a lot of people, a lot of regular people joining in. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for joining in. Okay, as usual, technical issues. I sent an invite to them. Hoping they come online and send an invite, but I'll just keep trying. Online and ready. So, like I was saying, we'll be talking to Siaan about their identity and about their drag performances and their drag persona as well. So, just stay online. I'm just about to add them. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining in. If you do have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments, and we'll take them probably at the end or anywhere in between as well. Okay, I got to. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, finally, good to see you. How
Yeah,
are you?
I am good. I'm good. How are you?
Busy, busy. I mean, I've been watching the videos, the two that I got to see. I don't know how many more you're doing, but it's amazing stuff.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that first. Then like drag performances. I think you've done a couple of drag performances in Bombay, and I mean, I'm based out of Delhi, unfortunately. So if you're doing anything in Delhi, I would love to come. But those, I saw bits and pieces of that. So the
Mhm.
drag stuff is amazing. I actually want to talk more about that, but later. But so yeah, let me just quickly introduce. So we have Sia. They're a drag artist and an actor, and I can just put a lot of bands. Like you have amazing content, and
Thank
the
you.
words are I do relate to some parts of it, but mostly the kind of support that you offer for people on your page, that I feel is quite powerful. That sense of community and sense of bringing people together. So I think everybody should like check out the stuff they write. That's just mind blowing. So to start off with, how has your journey been in understanding your identity? How was the coming out to yourself, to your family and friends?
As such, I don't really have like a coming out story because everything happened
Okay.
in like bits and pieces, and there was nothing like okay, one day I just decide and then everybody knows, like that. But of course, it was difficult because of where I was living and the place and like people around me, and I had no queer community over there. So
Right.
all that I had was social media. All that I had was people who might be watching this live right now and so many other people. And that kind of really helped me to come in terms with who I am and be out there. And also, like, as much as it was a journey for me, I feel like it has been a journey for my followers to see me coming out as like bisexual and then coming out as like a gender non-confirming, non-binary trans person, and then doing drag, and then there's been a lot of switch, honestly. But yeah,
Well, I think change is the only constant thing, right? That's what they say. And like the more you understand, the more people around you, I think like a lot of people say, oh, you don't need external validation to feel what you are, your identity is valid. Yes, but then there needs to be some kind of validation sometimes, whether you get it from people physically around you or online. It's validation, like yeah. So but how has it been like telling your family or telling your friends about this?
I'm not really out to my family as such because I don't really
Okay,
feel that I need to do something of that sort. I am literally
right.
living my life like this is a fantasy and this is a bubble which may explode one day, which may not. But I'm really lucky to like have my mother by my side and have her support, and with her also it was a journey for me to share everything with her. Eventually, it took me some time and like tell her and like explain things to her. But I'm really grateful that she never really like invalidated me for anything, be it like sexuality, be it when I told about my gender. She didn't really say that ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं होता है. No, you are a girl, or those things. And I'm like really, really touched wood. I'm like really grateful to have her by my side. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like that just people or even parents, especially parents, giving us that space to just be by our side. You know,
Yeah.
you figure out. We'll
Yeah.
just be there, or like
Yeah.
even say, okay, tell me also. I want to learn also. I think
Yeah.
I hear a couple of parents here there, but yeah, like you're saying, mostly they invalidate. Nahi to, if it's a girl, they're like, you just have to get married, and that
Yeah.
I think
That is.
just that openness is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
gives us so much space and mind space and confidence to even try and figure out.
Right.
So
Also,
that
because
way,
like yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
also because like for validation, we were talking about validation, right? Like when you were younger, the first person that you would go to for validation is your parents, right? Like not even your friends for that matter. And when you realize something so personal to yourself, if not
Yeah,
parents, then who? But yeah, then
exactly.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. So, how has it been with your? drag persona? How do you like? I've heard this said by a lot of people. Ki it's very empowering to do it. So,
Mhm.
in what ways do you feel the drag persona kind of brings out a different side, or how does it empower you?
I mean, I my drag persona, Mux Stallion, is very sexual. And why is he sexual? Because of the fact that he couldn't really be that in real life. And I feel like when I am in my drag persona, there are a lot of things that I'm doing as that person, which I may be not able to do as Sian, but I'm doing it because I'm Mux Stallion. So it's like a really different persona, and also to be that person and to take that whole character within yourself. And I also feel like even with my drag, I feel like there's a lot more to explore there. And I like with every performance, I feel like I want to explore even more. I want to like bring out a new side to Mux Stallion. I want to do different things with people. And it is empowering in the sense because it is I love being on stage, right? I love it, right? It is the best feeling in the world. I swear to God. But it's just the vibe, like when there are so many people who are looking at you and then you get to interact with them, and like it is just a performance, right? I'm not really talking to them, but I can still convey a message to them while I'm on stage, right? And that makes me feel really responsible of every move that I'm doing while I am on stage. There's
Right.
something on my face. I am trying to remove it. I don't know what it is, but yeah, okay. Yeah. Tell me.
There was one question somebody had asked about. I think this is something that you have explained. You've written about on one of your posts. What was the story? What's the story behind your drag name?
There's no such like story, but it
Okay.
was just that we were thinking about names and I was with my partner and then we were like, okay, what name? And like, we were just thinking about it. We were thinking of a couple of names and I really wanted to come up with my name. And then we just thought of Stallion. I just thought of Stallion and I was like, yes. And stallion just means like a horse, a powerful horse, or like a man who's like really seductive and charming. And I'm like, that's me. That, that's me. I mean, now I can say that's me because that is the kind of
Yeah.
personality that I've developed with my drag. But I love it. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So the next question is again about what you write and what you post on
Mhm.
on Instagram. Like I was
Mhm.
saying earlier, there's a lot of there's a lot of there's a lot of powerful words, whether it's about your identity or whether you talk about community. Where do you draw the strength to put words out there? Because I think there is some sense of strength that you need to have to put stuff like that out.
I feel like I don't know, but the strength that I get is after I write. So for me, the process gives me the strength, like once I've written it and I've written it in words that make me feel safe, I feel like if I put it out there, it's going to make other people feel safe too. And I feel like for the longest of time, I did not really have people to talk to, right? And what I could do was be there for myself, be there assuring myself, taking care of myself in terms of my identity, my mental health, my sexuality, and all of these things. And the way I am treating myself when I'm alone and I'm crying and I'm telling these words to myself, at the same time, I'm writing them and I'm like putting it out there because I feel like maybe somebody is out there who wants to hear it too, right? And if I
Yeah,
can be that person for those people, why not?
that's that's lovely. But like not but it's just like putting your vulnerability out there. That's
Mhm.
like absolutely a lot of strength, and I would say that's very brave. And yeah, so my next question is again about your identity as a non-binary person. I mean, I've heard this from friends who identify as non-binary. If you identify as non-binary, the world expects you. If you are assigned female at birth, you are expected to be very masculine presenting.
Mm.
And if it is somebody who's assigned male at birth, they're supposed to be very feminine because that's when you are, non-binary.
Right.
Uh, like people saying that from outside the community, personally for me, I mean, I don't identify as non-binary, but what people have told me is that people saying that from outside the community is different because they're not aware. You can, keep that give that as an excuse. But when you hear something like that from within the community, uh,
Mm.
like how do you respond to that?
I feel like I have reached that stage in my life where I don't feel that every community person needs to be this way and otherwise they are not part of the community. Because I know, like for me, I think when trans people say things like that, when other non-binary people say things like that, it hurts. It feels like you're living the same life. How can you say that? But if like straight people, they could be homosexual, they could be gay, lesbian, bi, whatever. If they say it, I still feel that okay, because they are cis and maybe they are not able to understand how all of these things work. But but there are so many there's so much of diversity within the community that I don't know. I don't really feel that I want to get affected so much. There are days when I do get affected, but at the end, I feel like I want to remind myself who I am, because there's so much that goes on social media. When people see you, when meet people in real life, they would misgender me. They could be people that I'm meeting for the ninth or tenth time, and they would still be misgendering me. They would be calling me a girl. They would be like babe, and I'm not comfortable with that, right? But I don't know. I think I have lost the energy to fight those people now, and just be like, fine, you know.
Hmm.
That's a sad
I
answer, but
think
that's what I have.
no, it's a lot of strength. Somewhere you're beyond all this.
Yeah.
That's one way to look at it. I mean, that's how I look at it because again, at the end of the day, it's probably the intent that matters. Ki
Yeah.
the other person, are they intentionally saying it? Then it's hurtful. Then you're
Right.
like,
Right.
just stay away from my life, right?
Yeah.
Or if it's by mistake, because like I know of situations where I misgendered and I felt so guilty, and I'm like, should I tell this to them? And then they're like, no, it's chill. Let's just don't do that again, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's probably the intent that matters. And another thing I wanted to say is that when you were saying people within the community saying, I was also thinking uh, being a part of the community, I have seen people who identify as a homosexual individual, they
Hmm.
are themselves sometimes very homophobic. Right? It is
Yeah.
that
Hmm.
internalized homophobia or even transphobia. It's again, I think the right word would probably be they're on the journey, and at some point they will realize why and what they're saying is messed up.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so that was the main questions, and yeah, I think we've done pretty quick. So, what events do you have lined up?
What
Okay, but
I
do we have any surprise videos,
ah,
surprise amazing videos lined up?
there are things coming up. You will see.
Amazing.
You will
Okay,
see.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. We'll just wait for it because you probably, shouldn't have to talk and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, but how was the experience working around like all queer people said?
When did that happen?
Okay.
No, I
No, but the
mean,
last,
which one are you talking about?
actually both, the filter coffee one and the Mujib one.
I feel like people are trying, right? The whole inclusion thing, and it is coming out well. For a starter, it is something really great. Whatever is happening, new work is coming up, there is visibility, people are talking about our lives and all of these things. I want to see all of this beyond June, number one.
Oh,
Then, then I want to see that what is actually like what happens on sets is that the back end people who are like, the the people who are working at the back end, right?
Yeah.
They are not so aware, right? Those bhaiyas
Right.
or dadas or whatever, right?
Right.
And and then you can't really expect them to understand who you are. So even if I'm going for a queer shoot, I know they're going to call me ma'am, and then you're going to be madam, madam Yechi, but it is a queer shoot happening, right? And we cannot.
Right. Right.
And I think I have just made peace with it because I want to work, right? And I don't want
Right.
to make it a barrier towards what I want to do in my life. And I think
True.
that is also okay because now try to see it from the perspective that they're still being respectful, right? They're calling me ma'am. For them, they're just giving me respect. And
True.
that's fine. But I'm really like happy and I'm really grateful that that step is coming, right?
True.
The things are happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
think last week I was talking to Neeraj Churi, the guy who's produced a lot of queer films, and one of the
Mhm.
main things that he was saying is also involve queer people in queer projects. And I think that we've seen a lot, at least this year, it's quite visible,
Yes.
at least the
Yes.
small snippets that are coming out. And like you rightfully said, in the main projects as well, in the mainstream as well, beyond June, beyond the Pride month, because we are always queer. We don't like June khatam hota hai, we don't become like not
Yeah.
queer, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like all the very best
Definitely.
for all your projects, and
Thank
we hope to
you.
see more and more. And like I said, like you said, beyond June.
Yes, beyond June. We're gonna keep moving, keep working, and I hope to
Yeah.
come to Delhi and I hope you see my show someday.
Oh, brilliant! That'll be amazing. That'll be amazing. I'll keep
Yes.
waiting. Any last words that you'd like to say to people watching? I mean, people watching, if you have any questions, please, we'll probably be on for about 5 minutes. Please send in your questions, comments.
Any questions? We are
Okay,
gonna.
we have one question.
Why
Um,
cannot I see the questions?
I don't know. So the question is, how is the journey from TikTok to now? What would you say, Chotu Sian, if you had a chance? Oh no, that was one of my questions. Yeah. Oh, I was too excited to. I forgot about it. So yeah.
Ah, I would really say Chotu Sian to really, really, really believe in themselves and believe in their dreams, and it gets better. It has gotten better. It was so shitty and bad, but I still tried to make myself happy. So, like, if I can be happy then, I can be happy now. And I
Yeah.
have, from TikTok, honestly, and to here, I think there has been so much of self work, there has been so much of work on my own mental health, and that is the reason that I am here. I wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be the person that I am. So, yeah, that's what I want to say to Chotu Sian. I'm still Chotu Sian. Sometimes I feel, Yeah.
But you're Chotu Sian.
Yeah, yeah. I get that. Yeah.
So yeah, that's yeah. I mean, it does get better.
Yes, it
You just have
definitely
to
does.
keep pushing it
Yeah.
to
And also
adulting.
taking it slow. Also taking it slow, which is something that I'm still working on, which I still say to myself because I know that like I am so young right now, but I still feel like life is ending and I need to do everything all at once. But like I am exhausted right now. It is just makeup and my smile and my eyes that are making me look this way. I am so exhausted because there's work, right? And but you need to like
Yeah,
take it slow. Any person for that matter, anything that you're
yep.
working on, just take it slow.
Gets better. Just mind your mental health and take it slow.
Yeah, definitely.
Anything else that you like to say? Like, we can probably close in 5 6 minutes.
Anything else? I actually thought about something, but now I've forgotten. But just give me a second because I'm gonna.
For sure.
What was I saying? Yeah. So I think for um, this month, um, I and my friends and people that I'm close to, we we lost somebody who we were very close to, and because of the similar reasons. And this is the first time I'm talking about it on live to public to people. And I feel like even though for Pride, all of this work and everything was all being happy and all of that, but I feel like queer being queer and celebrating Pride should not just be about celebration. It should be about acknowledging the struggles, acknowledging the amount of people who are not choosing to not live in this world anymore. They don't have a choice and they have struggled for us. And taking this time to really acknowledge that I am very privileged. We are so privileged that we are able to have this conversation, but people have, like, it is so difficult for them. And I just want that now, especially from this year, my whole perspective has changed. And for people who are queer, who are privileged, who are watching this video right now, please, if you are privileged, use that privilege. Make space for people and acknowledge their struggles. Maybe their struggles seem so small to you, but it is still their struggle. And we are here for it. I am here for it. I'm sure you are here for it too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody has a right to invalidate anybody's struggle and say, "Oh, that's a small thing. I have such a big thing."
Right.
Everybody is going through their own journey,
Right.
and yeah, but I'm so sorry to hear about the your loss.
Yeah.
It shakes you up, like yeah.
I have shut that part of me for now. I know that one day it's gonna blast because I've not even properly cried about it. But this is not the time to talk about it. Yes, I don't want to end the live on this note.
No, I mean, rightfully said. You are like, as much as you celebrate and, go to Pride and wear all the colorful stuff, there also should be a point where you acknowledge the struggle and the people that
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to say don't have the courage to come out, but they just didn't have the space. It's not
Yeah. Yeah.
always about courage. It's not always about courage.
Hmm.
It's about not having the space, not having access to mental health, it's not having the privilege. So
Right.
we need to obviously create a space to acknowledge all that as well, not just celebrate Pride.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, I just be prepared for that one day that you're mentioning. That'll come.
Ah, please. I don't know.
Just
Yeah, okay.
no, I mean just make sure you have people around you when that happens.
Yes. Yes. I feel that way.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I am
We go.
grateful.
No, 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 go ahead.
No, 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 no.
So it was great talking to you.
Yes.
Lot of important
Yes.
points, whether it's about your journey, mental health, or how you like reach out to people, reach out to your followers through your vulnerability. That I think is like quite brave. So we hope to see you with a lot of work, a lot of videos for us, and yeah, soon Delhi drag performance, please.
Yes. Okay.
Chalo, take care
Okay.
then.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the
Thank
time.
you so much. Yeah. I'm sending pyar to you and I'm sending pyar to
Receiving.
everyone who's watching this. Okay. Bye.
Take care.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.